Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, GMB Today. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Jenny Ryan, also known as the Vixen, competed against two contestants in the final round of ITV's The Chase in an episode hosted by Bradley Walsh that aired yesterday. Some viewers were left confused over an answer that was accepted by host Bradley Walsh on an episode of The Chase that aired this week. It came during a team's final showdown against Jenny Ryan on the ITV quiz show. An episode that aired yesterday saw 4 contestants take on Jenny, 43, who is also known as the Vixen, in a series of general knowledge rounds. Only 2 of them, Nick and Laura, made it to the final round against her, though. The contestants had amassed a prize fund of £3,000 by that point, and the pair managed to get 14 correct answers in their last round. Jenny then faced her final questions, and one of her answers caught the attention of viewers at home. Early on in her final chase, Bradley, 65, asked, "What color top indicates semi-skimmed milk on bottles?" After taking a moment over the question, Jenny responded, "Red and silver." The host reacted to her answer, "I'll accept." Some fans were confused over the decision, though, with them suggesting that the correct answer should have been green. They shared their thoughts on X, with one viewer writing on the platform, "Semi-skimmed milk tops are green." Another asked, "I thought semi-skimmed was green." Someone else commented amid discussion about the episode, "Weird, he just accepted a wrong answer." Whilst another person wrote in a post, "Semi-skimmed is green." It was, however, pointed out that glass and plastic containers differ in color coding. Some fans noted that glass bottles for semi-skimmed milk have foil caps featuring red and silver stripes, whilst plastic alternatives often have green tops. Addressing the confusion, one person wrote on X this week, "Semi-skimmed milk in glass bottles are red/silver striped. Poly containers, it's green." Another said, whilst the episode aired yesterday, "On bottles, it's red and silver stripes." It isn't the first time that the question has prompted a reaction, with the episode having previously aired in 2022. At the time, it similarly was met with reaction from viewers over the accepted answer by host Bradley on the quiz show. After answering the question, Jenny went on to get more correct answers in the final chase than the 2 remaining contestants, despite some pushbacks. Although they didn't win the money, they received praise from the chaser. Jenny, who had 7 seconds to spare, told the team that they had great answers to a few tricky questions. She told them, "I think that shows that the total in the final chase doesn't tell the whole story, because you scored 14 with some great answers to some tricky questions." She added that as a result, she faced some challenging questions herself. Jenny said, "It meant that the equal set for me had some tricky ones in there that were going to catch me out, but also some straightforward ones that I should have got." Picture this, a tense studio, the lights glaring, the clock ticking. A contestant grips their buzzer, sweat beading on his forehead. Bradley Walsh leans forward, question card in hand, and then a twist that leaves millions of viewers shaking their heads. This wasn't just another harmless game show moment. No, this was The Chase, and Bradley had just accepted what fans believed to be the wrong answer. And the topic? A drink so common, so familiar, that it sparked an unexpected national debate. For years, The Chase has been a place where sharp minds meet quick wit, with Bradley Walsh charming contestants and audiences alike. But in this particular episode, one question about a popular beverage took center stage. The correct answer, at least according to the official game rules, seemed obvious to many. Yet, when the contestant's slightly different response was met with Bradley's approving nod, the ripple effect was instant. Social media lit up. Twitter threads filled with outrage and humor in equal measure. "Bradley, have you been drinking?" joked one viewer. Others were less forgiving, calling it a clear mistake that should have been challenged. And yet, the game rolled on as if nothing had happened. Here's the fascinating part. The controversy wasn't just about a TV quiz show answer. It became a conversation about fairness, about the small moments where rules bend and nobody notices until the right people speak up. Some fans scoured the internet for evidence, quoting dictionary definitions and old trivia books. Others dove into the show's rulebook, pointing out how previous contestants had been penalized for far less. And all the while, Bradley Walsh remained, well, Bradley Walsh, unruffled, smiling, and carrying on as though the entire UK wasn't dissecting his decision over a pint, or perhaps a cup of tea. For many of us, shows like The Chase are more than just light entertainment. They're part of our evenings, our routines, our shared moments with family and friends. When something like this happens, even something as seemingly small as a drink question, it touches that sense of trust. We like to believe the game is fair, the rules apply equally, and that the right answer is always the right answer. But perhaps there's also something human about it. Bradley's warmth, his instinct to keep the game flowing, might have made him choose the path of least resistance in that split second. And maybe, just maybe, that's part of why we keep watching. Because life, like The Chase, isn't always perfect, but it is always unpredictable. So here's the real question, the one that lingers long after the credits roll. Was Bradley's call a charming slip of the tongue, or the beginning of a bigger conversation about how our favorite game shows handle the truth? One thing's for sure, next time you're sipping your drink of choice while watching The Chase, you might just be a little more alert and ready to shout at the screen.